Venom, starring Tom Hardy and Riz Ahmed, is a Marvel Universe origin story about an investigative journalist infected by an alien organic substance that calls himself Venom. He obtains a superhuman strength when fused together, and they achieve something called symbiosis. This movie has a different storyline than Raimi's Spider-Man trilogy from the early 2000s and the original comic books. It is usually known that Venom is a villain in the Marvel universe, but in this film, he's a hero. Tom Hardy plays a rough cut, overzealous journalist, Eddie Brock, who's trying to expose some corporate or political corruption in the Bay Area. Riz Ahmed, on the other hand, plays as Carlton Drake, who is the head of a bioengineering foundation that's harboring secrets about his foundation's unethical practices to obtain pharmaceutical or technical profits. Some good things about the movie was the casting of Tom Hardy as Eddie Brock, or Venom. Very typical for the role. It was fun watching his character becoming succumb to Venom, and it was also funny the way how both characters tried to work together. When Venom tried to inflict Eddie Brock's body, the inner conflict between Venom and Brock was great. It was within these scenes that I've heard people laugh or chuckle in the theater. There were more funny parts that were kind of more apparent than action, especially when both of them tried to struggle, trying to embrace the role as a compatible to one another. It was kind of reminiscent to the 1980s buddy cop films like Lethal Weapon, 48 Hours, and Tango and Cash. I enjoyed watching that dynamic, and Marvel did a good job showing that. The second and third act, it also picks up once the Venom comes into his own light over Brock. As the story progresses, so too did some action sequences, the stunts, and comedy. Some negatives about the movie was Riz Ahmed as a villain. It was pretty unusual, nothing really ordinary. His character had no convincing drive, nor was there a distinctive storyline for him. Sorry. He obtained a cliche villain origin story role, which was boring, and I didn't buy his motivation as a greedy corporate tycoon. And the script didn't really develop his character well, especially during the scenes or moments when he was trying to do some ethical practices. It just jumped to that point that he just did something really shitty, and I didn't understand that. None of his storyline was convincing, and he just seemed like a lazy stepping stone character for Venom to wreak havoc or cause carnage. Now, in conclusion, Venom is a particular superhero story that is enhanced by Tom Hardy's portrayal of Eddie Brock, but it's also a typical Marvel movie where the villain does not mend well as a conflict with the main character. So, having said all that, I'm going to give Venom a B-. If you like this video, smack that subscribe button for more reviews. Thanks.